Putting him in detention is now making him a prisoner of conscience, you know. And there's going to be wide agitation for his release, which will end up compounding issues again.
Because if anything should happen to him, I don't know what will happen. But it's risky. They should trade with caution. You understand? We're talking about a particular tribe. You understand? That is, I mean, what he's pursuing is what we need. They can't continue to rule us like this. It's not only Fulani that has Nigeria. You understand? And so what he's doing, somebody should do something. Look at the price of fuel. Everything is skyrocketing. I mean, they should trade with caution because anything should happen to him, bros, sorry. Sorry. Sorry for Nigeria.
The people in the eastern part of the country, they have a right as human beings to determine their future. But I still do not believe that them saying they want to leave now makes them terrorists, as the federal government has put them. They are not terrorists. They're just people who just want to go. So instead of you to want to arrest them, persecute them, bring them to a negotiating table, look at what is making them, what's agitating them, solve it one by one. Not as saying do everything once, but solve it one by one. For example, infrastructure in the southeast is dead. Federal presence in the southeast is dead. So what are you saying? So these are things you need to start doing. Not tearing down the whole of southeast with a military and saying you are the people because they are saying, okay, what about Boko Haram? How much more are they tore down the northeast because of Boko Haram? For me, I don't really think that Nnamdi Kanu is the height or the integral part of what's happening to us as a country. And for example, the Senate president has come out and said Nigeria is poor. Tackling the poverty of the country, arresting Nnamdi Kanu will not make Nigeria richer. So we have a lot of issues in the country. There's serious instability in the north. It's making it difficult for farmers to go to farm, and so it's affecting food prices and having increase in food prices. So there are a lot of things happening in the country right now that Nnamdi Kanu is not a win. It just shows the fact that the government are prioritizing things that are not too significant over things that are very significant and affect the general livelihood of Nigerians.
The government adopted to arrest him is also very important. It's still shady, the way he was arrested. Though the government said they work with the Interpol to arrest him. So if that is the case, for me, I think even to get him to a roundtable discussion, to let him see from the perspective of the government, and also government should listen to him, trying to at least it's a big win in the sense that they can sit down to talk, to have an agreement, to reach a consensus on how to go about the whole thing. Not a big win if the government is thinking that they have catched him, they are going to deal with him, they have conquered the enemy. He's a Nigerian. So the fact that he's a Nigerian, we cannot really say that a government that is going after a citizen, arrest him, you can call it a big win. You can only say that there should be maturity from both sides. Nnamdi Kanu should also try to sit down with the government, listening to the government, see what the government is trying to achieve. That peace of Nigeria is very important. And the government should also listen to him too from his own angle that they need the resources of Nigeria to be equally distributed among all the ethnic groups and everything. So for me, I feel indifferent. I feel that the government should sit down with Nnamdi Kanu and also all the other agitators, the Sunday Igbo and the like. So you sit down with them, listen to them, and they should also, those people that are agitating, also sit down, listen to the government and see, work things out and let there be peace in Nigeria. That's what is most important.
I barely knew Nnamdi Kanu, as at 2015. It was due to his arrest that I knew who he was. And that arrest, gave him a lot of publicity, To me, they should have just left him to be talking and doing the needful. And what is the needful? Restructuring Nigeria. People are calling for restructuring. And the core of the agitation in the southeast is due to widespread marginalization. So, if the government restructure Nigeria, I believe that the issue of Biafra will be taken care of.
I think it's a big win for them. As far as I'm concerned, I want to even commend the Nigerian security and the security experts for doing a nice job. It's a good thing. Because, of course, if actually he claim he is fighting for the struggle of the people of Biafra, he should be in the country. And the idea of instigating people for killing and all of that, because if you look at in the next 3 months, we've lost a lot of youth, in that region. So for me, I don't think that is the way to go about the struggle.
It's not wrong because the Igbos have been marginalized. It's just that most of the governors, as a governor, you want to protect your territory, you want to make money, you won't want to fight because you're a governor. You understand? But if you're a normal citizen, like every other person, you feel the pain. You understand? The price of things down east is not the same with Abuja or any other part of Nigeria. The Igbo man will come to your place, develop it, you see hate the man. Why?
Anybody that is agitating anything that's good, that go against the constitution is doing something wrong. If you are agitating for something that is entirely against the constitution, and there are ways to go about these things. So if you are saying that you want to break away, there are constitutional ways to go about it. I think the best way is to go to the National Assembly, convince Nigeria, convince the people that want to make the law, and let them get convinced. It's not just about by being violent or by being using other untoward approach to achieve it. So for me, the peaceful way to achieve it is the best way. You should look at other countries that are break away from one another. They didn't go with fire. There should be a better way, the civilized way to go about it.
It is his right to agitate for Biafra. And to my opinion, he didn't do anything wrong. All he said is that, the present government are being nepotic, are being tribalistic, are not doing the things they ought to do.
There's nothing wrong agitating for such thing. It happens everywhere. But I want to believe that the way and manner he's going about it is what is wrong, and is against the law of the land. So